Class 9 Biology. Good morning, students. Today we will continue the new chapter 5th, pollination and fertilization. In the previous class, we had discussed about pollination, and there are two types, that are self pollination and cross pollination. We also discussed in detail about the self pollination. Today we will see the advantage and disadvantages of self pollination. So this is simply a recapitulation. This is the female part, male part. If the pollen grains transfer from the anther to the stigma of the same flower, or different flowers of the same plant, then such type of pollination is known as self pollination. So there must be some advantages as well as disadvantages of self pollination. So see, first, advantages of self pollination. It is much surer in such bisexual flower where stamen carpel mature at the same time. If both the reproductive part will mature at the same time, then there is a chances of self pollination. Parental characters are preserved indefinitely, means no new character can be seen if self-pollination takes place. There is no wastage of pollen grains, even a small quantity of pollen will suffice. Means pollen grain have to travel a very short distance. That's why there is no wastage of pollen grains, as well as a simple small quantity of pollen grain is sufficient to fertilize the female gamete. The flower need not to be large and showy, because if a flower is large and showy, that is used to attract the insect. Here, and insect are not the agent of pollination. Simply any movement in the plant can carry the pollen grains from the anther to the stigma. Scent and nectar need not to be produced by the flowers. Again, there is no any agent required, especially the insect. That's why flowers should not be large, so there is no need of scent and nectar. All the above advantages mean great economy on the part of the plant. A lot of nutrient material which would otherwise be used in the production of pollen, nectar, and large percentage is saved. But on the other hand, there are some disadvantages. Continued self pollination, generation after generation, may lead to weakening of the variety or the species. Means if a small height plant with dull or small size flower will reproduce by the pollen grains of the same type of flower, that is dull and small size, then the new flower must be dull and small size. If this will be continue, the day comes when the flowers are so small and they look very dull. That's why this is known as weakening of the variety. The seed produced through it are poor in quality and give rise to less vigorous offspring, because if we wish to have a superior variety, we must have a cross pollination. But instead, if self pollination will take place, the variety will be poor in the new generation. The weaker or defective characters of the variety or breed cannot be eliminated. If self pollination takes place, then if parent possesses certain defective character, that character will inherit to the new generation. The process cannot stop their transmission. It does not yield new varieties because self-pollination takes place. The genetic traits of the same plant with no change and without any intermixing are passed on to the next generation. There is a little chance for improvement in the next generation. That's why nowadays cross pollination carried out to produce new varieties. Clear all of you? Now see what is cross pollination. There are two different plants. Both the plant possess flower. And if pollination takes place between the two different flowers, if the pollination takes place between the two different flowers of two different plants, such type of pollination is called cross pollination. Technically it is known as allogamy. Clear all of you? Technically it is known as allogamy. If pollination takes place between the two different species. Here one thing that is essential, that in allogamy pollinating agents are required. Pollinating agents are required. It may be insects, wind, water, sometimes animals or birds. So here insects, wind, water, animals and birds, these are less common but still act as a pollinating agent. Here the most common are the insect and wind. Clear? Now come to the cross pollination. Cross pollination is the transfer of pollen grains from the anther of flower of one plant to the stigma of flower of another plant of the same species, because in nature reproduction cannot possible between the two different species. This too has advantages and disadvantages. Large flower with open petals and exposed reproductive structure are called chasmogamous flowers. An opposite of chasmogamous flower we had studied, that is clistogamous flower, and in clistogamous flower only chance of pollination is self pollination. Such flowers, so here in chasmogamous flower, flowers with exposed male and female part. Once more, chasmogamous flowers means flowers with exposed male and female parts. Such flowers require external pollinating agents and therefore they undergo mainly cross pollination. Example include oxalis, hibiscus, etc. Clear? Now come to the advantage. The offsprings are healthier because pollen, male and female gamete from two different plants are fused to each other, so there must be a production of super or improved variety. The seed produced are abundant and viable. means maximum number of seeds are produced. New varieties may be produced by cross-pollinating two different varieties of the same species or even two distinct species. Sometimes cross-pollination may take place in between the two different species. Now, disadvantage. The pollination is not always certain because same pollen agent is always needed, which may or may not be available at the proper time. Sometimes if both part, that is male part as well as female part, mature at the same time, but due to the lack of wind, due to the lack of insect, the pollen grain cannot able to transfer to the female part, so it is not always certain. The pollen has to produce is large quantity to ensure maximum chance of pollination, which means a lot of wastage of pollen grain, because sometimes pollen grain has to travel a long distance, and to ensure their chances of pollination, anthers should produce large number of pollen grains, and out of large number of pollen only few are able to reach there. The process is uneconomical for the plant because the flower have to be large, colored, scented, and have to produce nectar. Why? To attract insect, because cross pollination completely depend on the pollinating agents. Clear? So these are the disadvantages of the cross pollination. Now come to the new topic. Nature favors cross pollination. Dear children, see this figure, and can you tell me what type of pollination is possible here? Obviously, here self pollination is possible because anthers are at higher level than the stigma. So when anther produce pollen grain, this pollen grain easily reach to the stigma, so that pollination, that is self pollination, is possible. Clear? Second, if petals will cover the male and female part, such flowers are known as clistogamous flower. Means here the male and female part are not exposed to the outside. So again, there is a chances of self pollination. Third, if both part will mature at the same time, then again self pollination will be possible. If there is no mechanical barriers between the male and the female part, again self pollination will possible. So in nature there are some methods to stop self pollination. Once more, in nature they have their certain methods to stop self pollination, because only for the reason to produce a superior variety, a good variety, a improved variety, nature favors some method to carry out cross pollination. So here the topic is nature favors cross pollination, means how do the nature prepare itself so that flowers will carry out cross pollination. So the vast majority of flowering plants are cross pollinated. Some of the various devices or the conditions which favor cross pollination are as follow, and the first one is unisexuality. Means if flowers are either female flower or male flower, then is it possible for self pollination? Answer will be no, because here the flower is unisexual, the only chance is cross pollination. So in nature, some of the plant produce unisexual flower, so that it favors for cross pollination. The flower may be either male or female, they may born on separate plant. In this way, cross pollination is the only possibility. The palms and papaya. Papaya usually has separate male and female trees, but less frequently there may also be a hermaphrodite tree bearing both kinds of flower. In cucumber, gourd, etc., the male and female flower may be born on the same plant. So, if flowers are unisexual, then only chance of pollination is cross pollination. Second, dichogamy. Different timing of maturation of male and female part. If the male and female part will mature at different time, their only chance is cross pollination. In many bisexual flowers, the anther stigma of the same flower are at different time. In some plant, anthers of the flower mature earlier, means male part mature earlier than the stigma. Examples are ladyfinger, sweetfish, salvia, and sunflower. Such are known as protandry. A male part will mature first, and a female part, that is, if the stigma of the flower mature earlier than the anther, such flowers are known as protogyny. Example, custard, apple, people, etc. In either cases, only method is cross pollination. Third, self-sterility. This is a condition in which even if the stigma receive pollen grain from the anther of the same flower, means the flower is bisexual, both the part will mature at the same time. The height of the anther is higher than the stigma. In this case, the stigma will receive pollen grain from the anther, but the pollen fail to undergo further growth, means pollen do not able to germinate. In such case, only the pollen from another plant of the same species can effectively complete the process of setting of the seed, that is reflorets of sunflower. Hercogamy means there is a barrier in between the male and female part in a bisexual flower, and if there is a mechanical barrier in between the male and female part of the flower, the pollen grains from the male part will not able to reach the female part, thus it will promote for the cross pollination. And last, heterostyle. In such cases, the stigma and anthers grow at different height, means stigma always above the anther, so that when anther release pollen grain, it cannot reach to that stigma. So these are the methods, means unisexuality, dichogamy, self-sterility, hercogamy, and heterostyle are the methods which favor cross pollination. Clear? Student, you must at least learn the main headings that will completely give you the answer. Clear? Okay. Have a good day. Bye all of you.